Vietnam, a country of stunning landscapes, delicious food, and a deep-rooted spiritual culture. But beneath the surface, there are stories that will make your blood run cold. Tonight, we're diving into 3 true horror stories from Vietnam, told just like they really happened. These aren't just ghost tales, they're disturbing encounters that blur the line between love and obsession, laughter and terror. My name is Min, and I grew up in a quiet village outside Da Nang. My family, my mom, my dad, my little sister, and me, we were incredibly close. Especially my parents and me. I was their firstborn son, the one they always protected a little too much. When I was 16, I started noticing something strange about our house. Every night, at exactly 2:14 a.m., I'd wake up to the sound of whispers coming from the living room. At first, I thought it was just my dad watching late-night TV, but when I'd go to check, the TV was always off, and my parents' bedroom doors were tightly shut. One night, I finally heard what the whispering was saying. It was my father's voice, but he wasn't talking to my mother. He was talking to me. Min, don't leave us. Don't grow up. Stay here. Stay our boy. I froze. The voice came from the dark corner of the room where the old family altar was placed. In Vietnam, ancestors are honored on altars, but ours always made me feel uncomfortable. My parents lit incense there every single night, without fail. The next morning, when I asked my mother about it, she didn't deny it. Instead, she just placed her hand on my cheek and said, "We love you so much. Too much to ever let anything take you away." Something about that didn't feel like affection. It felt like a warning. Weeks later, things escalated. I'd wake up to see my bedroom door cracked open and my father would be standing there, just smiling at me in the dark, as if checking to make sure I was still in my bed. One night, I decided to pretend I was asleep. At 2:14 a.m., I heard him enter my room. I kept my breathing slow, calm. He sat on the edge of my bed and whispered right into my ear, "My son, stay here forever. Don't ever leave this home, promise me." I opened my eyes. He wasn't smiling. He looked terrified, as if something else was forcing him to say those words. Behind him, standing in the dark doorway, was the shadow of a man who looked exactly like him, only taller and wrong. I screamed. My mom rushed in and flipped on the lights, but the shadow vanished instantly. The very next day, we left that house. My parents never explained what they saw, but as we drove away, I looked back, and the same shadow was standing on the balcony, watching our car leave, its head slowly tilted to the side, like it was disappointed. To this day, I don't know if it was an ancestor, a spirit, or something just pretending to be a father who loved his son too much. But I do know one thing: it didn't want my parents, it wanted me, and it still might. My girlfriend Lynn and I have always been the funny couple. We joked about everything, even scary stuff. If one of us got creeped out, the other would immediately make it into a joke. Bad idea. One weekend, we decided to stay at a homestay in the mountains of Da Lot, a place famous for its fog, forests, and creepy old houses, perfect for a romantic trip. Right, on the first night, around 1 a.m., we were in the bathroom brushing our teeth when Lynn pointed to the foggy window and said, "Look, someone's watching us." I turned, and for a split second, I did see something. A pale face pressed against the glass, not moving, not blinking. But I was tired, so I just laughed it off. "Probably just your reflection looking ugly today." She punched my arm. We both laughed and went to bed. At 3 a.m., we woke up at the exact same time because someone was knocking on our door. 3 slow knocks, not loud, just patient. I whispered, "Probably room service." Lynn laughed silently beside me. "Yeah, at 3 a.m. Maybe they brought instant noodles." We waited. Then the doorknob started turning. Not fully, just enough to show that someone on the other side was trying to open it in complete silence. I grabbed Lynn's hand. That's when the knocking stopped. But the doorknob didn't. It started twisting harder, faster, like someone was getting frustrated. Then, a whisper came through the door. A woman's voice. "Are you two still laughing?" We froze. Lynn squeezed my hand so hard I thought it would bruise. I finally shouted, "Who are you?" Silence. Then the voice whispered again, this time right next to the lock. "Let me join you." We didn't sleep for the rest of the night. In the morning, the homestay owner asked if we had a good night. I told him what happened. He went pale. He said in Vietnamese, "Last year, a woman died in that room. She kept laughing to herself before she passed. Guests say she hates hearing couples laugh at night." We checked out immediately. And now, whenever Lynn and I laugh late at night, we sometimes hear 3 soft knocks on the wall behind us, like she's reminding us, "I'm still here." My best friend Hai and I are idiots. The fun kind. We joke about ghosts all the time. One night, we were driving home from a barbecue when Hai dared me, "Let's take the old cemetery road. I'll record a TikTok and pretend we see a ghost." I said yes, because, again, idiots, the road was pitch black. No houses, no lights, only endless grave markers on both sides. Hai started filming. "Yo guys, we're in the middle of Vietnam's haunted road, and wait, what is that?" I laughed so hard he had to stop recording. But then I saw it too, a figure standing on the road ahead. Long hair, bare feet, not moving. I turned off the headlights for half a second as a joke. When I turned them back on, she was standing to meet us closer. Hai whispered, "Bro, that wasn't funny." We drove past her slowly. She didn't turn her head. She didn't blink. She just whispered something as we passed. "One more. One more." We didn't know what that meant. We got home around 1 a.m., still shaken, but trying to joke it off. Then Hai froze. His face turned white. "Bro, look at the back window." I turned, through the reflection of the windshield. Sitting in the back seat was the same woman. Long hair covering her face, bare feet propped up on the seat. Her head slowly leaning forward. Hai screamed and ran out of the car. I bolted too. When I turned back to look, the car was empty. She was gone. 2 days later, Hai sent me a voice message at 2 a.m. All I heard was his terrified whisper. She said she needed one more friend to come with her. Then a woman's voice whispering right behind him, "Your turn." I haven't heard from him since. And at night, when I check my backseat mirror, I swear I see someone sitting there, waiting. Thanks for watching. If you have a story of your own, share it in the comments below. Stay safe, and see you next time.